Today we're at the BMW and Mini Driving Academy at Maisach in Germany, and we're here to spend some quality time with a car that's heading to India very soon, the BMW 1 Series. But the car is only one part of the story today. Joining us on track for the Dynamic 1 driving experience are 8 very lucky contest winners and a very special guest, a man who needs very little introduction. I am of course talking about the Master Blaster himself, Sachin Tendulkar. As you can see, the weather gods were benevolent. And upon arrival at Maisach, we were all greeted by a wide expanse of pristine tarmac and blue skies.
Everyone was really excited to, they were looking forward to driving the 1 Series M Sport. And when we reached here, when we saw the track and all these things, all the supporting crew, it felt really great.
After completing a few quick formalities, it was off to the first floor briefing room to await the Master Blaster. And when he walked through the doors, the atmosphere was electric.
I had so many questions to ask Sachin, but I got so blank that just say hello, and it was an amazing experience being Sachin coming towards me.
When Sachin was settled in, it was time for the lead instructor Gerald to take everyone through a comprehensive briefing.
We are talking about a few tasks that we will learn today, how to sit in a car.
Covering everything from the ideal seating position to the basics of oversteer and understeer.
It's nice to get driving lessons because in spite of having driven for so many years, you still find out that there is a room for improvement. There are so many things which you take for granted that you know all these things.
With the theory out of the way, it was time to hit the test track and get behind the wheel of the BMW M135i. Positioned at the top of the 1 Series lineup, the M135i is more a tuned by M car rather than a full-fat M division monster, and that's a good thing.
It's a completely new 1 Series. In this version it has about 320 horsepower. The acceleration is fantastic, the agility of the car is wonderful, and it's brilliant to drive, very exact to steer.
The session round the cones had familiarized everyone with the M135i and its control systems. So after that, it was off to the braking section where we would perform a series of emergency braking exercises and emergency lane changes. After the first few tentative runs, everyone took the chance to really launch the M135i off a standing start and experience the rapid acceleration before settling down to focus on braking.
I do have ABS at home, but I would never try this at home. Never ever try this at home.
The second part of the exercise, the lane change maneuver, was where a few drivers were caught out by the M135i's fast steering rack, and more than a few cones were sacrificed in the quest for perfection.
In case you're driving on high speeds in the rain, then you know what to do, how to brake and how to change your lanes, which is very important, to avoid accidents or any mishaps.
But even though everyone was enjoying their time behind the wheel, the icing on the cake was the chance to spend time in the car with the Master Blaster.
It was amazing to see a legend sitting next to a legend like Sachin Tendulkar, and you can understand that he's an amazing driver. You can't imagine anything better than that sitting next to him.
Now when we started today's session, our instructor took great care to point out to us that the 1 Series cars we were driving, the M135i's, had 320 horsepower on tap and were completely rear-wheel drive. And I remember thinking to myself, I really hope we get to see how these cars drift. And as you can see, good things come to those who wait. And in my case, this whole experience is a little bit sweeter because I'm going to be sharing the car for the oversteering session with the Master Blaster himself. After switching off all the electronic nannies, we were sent out onto the wet skid pad in pairs, told to slot the 8-speed gearbox into manual mode, get it into second gear, turn in gently and give it the beans. The M135i's lightning-quick throttle response ensures that the rear wheels shake loose in an instant, catching the best of us by surprise. But the Master Blaster's legendary hand-eye coordination and quick instincts soon harnessed the 330 horses from the straight 6 engine, and immediately the famous smile was on display, even as the controlled slides had the audience spellbound.
When you see Sachin, we think that he's good in everything. We expected him to be good and he was a great guy. I mean, I had a chance to drive alongside him. It was amazing.
2, 1, go! The final item on the day's agenda was a race around a specially designed slalom course.
3, 4, 5, 6, okay? With him?
The group was split into 2 teams led by Sachin and racing driver Arman Ibrahim. Every driver had 1 shot at setting a lap time, and the team with the lowest cumulative time would be declared the winner.
That was amazing. I watched Sachin on TV. I never knew I'm going to be part of his team, even though it's driving, but still a crazy feeling.
With bragging rights at stake, the competition was fierce, with Captain Sachin almost matching Arman's time on the short course. Though by the end of the race, no one really cared which team won.
It was phenomenal. I never thought it's going to be this amazing. And the fact that Sachin was with us throughout, the entire day he was with us, I couldn't believe it.
Thanks to BMW for making it happen, and thanks to all the well-wishers for their endless support and affection. It means a lot to me. So overall, a fantastic experience.
What everyone present at Maisach took home, however, were unforgettable memories of a fast and dynamic hatchback and of spending a day in the company of one of India's greatest sportsmen, a man who, as we all learnt, is a certified car nut, just like us.